Hey everyone, so in this video I'll be talking about practical application of method overloading or function overloading. So let's get started. So I've already written the code. I'll go through the code line by line and explain how method overloading is applied practically. So this is my class name, meth overloading. In this particular class name I have written multiple methods. So just to keep it simple, I have written all the code in a single class. But in real world projects, you will have multiple classes, hundreds of files, and methods will be called from many different places. And a particular method can have 100 references or even more than that. But in this video, just for the purpose of simplicity, I'm writing all the code in a single file. So first of all, I have created the object of my class, that is obj. Now I have written one method, concat. So let's talk about this method concat. So this method has three parameters, integer I, float j, and char k. Now using these three parameters, we are actually putting some logic. Again, for simplicity, the logic is very simple. I'm just concatenating all the three variables and returning the string. So let's focus on the number of parameters this method has. It has three parameters of three different types, and we are performing some logic on those parameters and returning the result. Let's say in real world application, this particular method has been called from 100 different places. Let's say now in future our requirement changes. Our new requirement is, instead of just passing three arguments, we want to introduce three new parameters to our existing method concat. So what can we do? There are two choices. The first one is to add the three new parameters to the existing method, this one, and make changes to all the places from where this method is being called. So as I just explained, that we are assuming that this method is being called from 100 different places. So in that case, if you follow that particular approach, you will have to make changes to 100 different places. So that is not the approach that you should be taking. Instead, you should be using the concept of method overloading. So as you can see, this is my new method. I just overloaded the existing method and added our three new parameters as per the requirement. The code from where the previous method has been called will remain the same, and wherever you want to use this new method, we can directly use the new method with the new parameters. So this is the correct approach of doing it. And in this approach, we are using the concept of method overloading. So this is how we apply method overloading practically. Let's take another example. Let's say we have a method salary, and this particular salary method accepts only one argument, that is experience. Now based on that particular argument, it has some logic to calculate the result. So let's say as of now, this is our requirement, that we only have to pass one argument to the salary method and calculate the result. So this method works fine in that case. And again, let's just assume that in our whole application, we are calling this method from various places. Again, in future, there is a new requirement. Along with the experience, you will also have to take into consideration the location of the employee, and based on the two arguments, the experience and the location, you will have to calculate the salary. So to fulfill this new requirement, so again we have two choices. The first choice is make changes to the existing method, add a new parameter to the existing method only. But if you do that, you will also have to make changes to all the places from where this method has been invoked. So that is again will not be a right approach of doing this. The right approach will be to apply method overloading or function overloading. So what we will do, we will simply overload the existing method and create a new method with the same access specifier, return type, name, and just the difference between the above method and the new method is the number of arguments. So this is my new method. It is taking two arguments, experience and location, and based on these two particular parameters, it is actually calculating it has some logic to calculate the result. So this example is also an application of method overloading. This is how we apply method overloading in real world projects, and this is how it should be done. So that's all about this video. I hope you are clear with the application of method or function overloading. See you next time. Thank you.